Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a really interesting looking coloured grid here, but I'll get to that in a moment after mentioning that if you have a thirst for Sudoku puzzles, there are apps that are available in the link in the description field, and there's also of course our Patreon site and our Discord server, all of them loaded with content. Loads of chat on the Discord server, loads of other content apart from just extra puzzles, videos and whatnot on the Patreon channel. And of course the apps are just solid blocks of really good puzzles. So all of those are available. Or you can try this puzzle, which is by Piotr V and Garford, who were working together to come up with a double-digit thermo and arrow puzzle. And they have done so, but what they say is that they were intending to create a pretty spring flower of a puzzle to celebrate the season, and but that what they ended up with looks more like a hideous carnivorous monster of a flower. So here's the picture they sent, what it should have looked like, this very pretty pansy, what it really looks like, this hideous carnivorous monster. And you can see if you look at that flower that it is roughly what the final grid looks like with the colouring in. Now the colouring might help us, it doesn't actually matter for the puzzle, but the rules are these, that normal Sudoku rules apply. It is in theory just a thermo and arrow puzzle, but with a mutant twist appropriately. So up here we have a normal set of thermos. So these three bulbs must all be smaller than that other cell. I think this is the sun shining down on the flower in the springtime. And then we have arrows and thermos. So let's start with the thermos. Numbers increase along thermos from the bulb. Now the bulb in this case is a two-cell root, so that's a two-digit number. And then moving away from that, we get bigger each time. So if say for instance this was 12, then this number could be 34. This number could be 56, and this number could be 78. Well, let's say 71, because there's no harm in repeating numbers or anything like that. But we must be increasing in terms of the double-digit number each time. So that would satisfy the rules as far as that's concerned. So we're always treating these as double-digit numbers, and you can see now that the green is always the tens digit and the orange is always the units digit. I think in Peter and Garford's original there were two shades of green, but I can't replicate that. Now, as for this longer pill, it's a three-digit number in the center, which is the sum of the two-digit numbers on these arrows. So again, we're moving outwards. So this time the tens digit is in purple and the units digit in blue. So if we had 92 and 84, that would add up to 176, and that would be a possible fill for that arrow and the central pill. So we've got to find a way to make all of this work together and fill the grid with 1 to 9 in every row, column and 3x3 box. Simple enough, you think? I don't know, we'll see. There's a lot going on here. The grid looks pretty busy. I might provide a colourless version so you could solve it on that, because the background colours do not matter, as I say. Anyway, let's give it a go, see what happens. Try it on the link below the video if you wish. I'm going to try it now. Let's get cracking. I think the first thing to observe is that all of these arrows are 4 cells long, so they're all adding two two-digit numbers. Now I know that the most that you can add two two-digit numbers to is 198. So I think that means this has to begin with a 1 here. Doesn't tell us much else about what's going on with the arrows, and I don't know if there's any way to get any information about that at this stage. So let's have a look at how these thermo numbers must grow. So if this was a 1, oh no, hang on, it can't be a 1, we've just put a 1 in there, right. If this was a 2, I'm just going to put it in the corner, so we could have 20 something here. Then this number, I'm going to head up the longest tendril and see what happens. This number could be a 3 at a minimum. It's in the same box as the 2. This one could be a 4 for the same reason. This one could be a 5. Now this one is in the same row as the 5, so the least it can be is a 6. if we went up this slightly, oh well, they're the same length actually. If we went up this tendril, we'd get a 7 at least there and an 8 at least there. So in fact, there's only 1 degree of freedom over all of these numbers. So let's put in the possibilities. 2, 3 there, 3, 4 here, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. 90 something is obviously the most we can go to. Now, 6 or 7 there. This could be a 6 because it doesn't break Sudoku rules for that to repeat here. So 6, 7 or 8 there, and then 7, 8 or 9 here. This cell of course is purple because it's both the tens digit for an arrow number and for a thermo number. Now that must have told us something. This could be a 4 or anything higher. That's not very helpful. These are all much shorter tendrils on the right, unfortunately. So even staying in the same, I mean, this could leap up to a 7 with 8 there and 9 there. It's not very helpful. What is the most that we, oh, okay, here's an idea. These 5 arrows all start in the same row. So what numbers do they start with? And look, we've got a 7, 8 or 9 here. So they've all got to start with at least 4. And 40 something and 90 something can add to 140 something. And that is the break-in for the puzzle. Right, so I'm going to fill in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 here because these all have to begin with at least 4, and I'll tell you why. Because this number has to be at least 4. This is 20 something. This one is 30 or 40 something. This one is therefore 30 or 40 something. Oh, can this be a 3 as well? No, it can't. It can't because its number ends in 1. So if you put 31 in there, you'd have to have 30 there, and we cannot put a 0 in a Sudoku square. So this is 41. This is 30 something bigger than 1. This is 30 something. This is 20 something. Now we know this is 40 something, 50 something, 60 something, 70 something, 80 something, 90 something. That's brilliant. This can't be 8 now. Oh, and it's got to be bigger than 70 something. So it is 70 something itself. And that is an 8 because the 9 has gone in the box. My goodness, we've got almost all the thermo tens digits done at once. This one is a 6 or 9 or 5 actually. Oh no, it's not 5 for a weird reason, because this number can't be 51, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So it is at least, well, I mean, just by Sudoku, that has to be 7, 8 or 9. Oh, it could be 9. So 7, 8 or 9. And now this can't be 57, 8 or 9. So that is 60 or 90 something. Now, can we, don't think we can do much more with the thermos. I mean, I could fill in, well, that's 5, 6, 7 or 8. That's 6, 7, 8 or 9. This one, oh, this has to be a 4. No, it could, yes, it can't be a 9 because you'd need another 9 there. It does have to be a 4. And that's 5, 6, 7 or 8. Okay, so lots of information about the green cells. But what about this 140 something number? Oh, those can't be 4. And yet one of these has to be a 4, and I don't think it can be here because the most these can add up to now is 49 plus 89 is 130 something. So that can't be a 438. So that can't be a 4. The 4 is here. That's got to go with a 9, 40 something and 90 something to make 140 something. These can't have an 8 in now. This one also can't be 7 or 9. That is 5 or 6, which are actually the numbers it has to be with the 8 to make a 1 or a 4. To make a 1, 4 something. What? If it was... Oh, if it was 50 though, how are we going to get to 140 something? Because neither of these cells can be 7, 8 or 9 given what they see. This has to be at least 142. Okay, 56 and 86 makes 142. Then these two would have to add up to 12 as well. They couldn't... Oh, it's possible. Is it possible? Yeah, it probably is just. That may not be the simplest way of going about this, but oh, it nearly breaks. Maybe it doesn't break because this is the right answer, but I don't quite know how to get that right. Oh, where does 4 go in row 6? It doesn't go here for the weirdest reason. If that was 74, this now can't be 75, 6, 7, 8 or 9. In fact, there's a 1, 2, 3 triple to place in that row. So this, which has to be higher than this, is 72 or 3 higher than 71 or 2, and the 4 goes here. That doesn't resolve this 5 or 6 issue. Now, if that's a 60 and that's an 80 something, these two have to add up to, well, it could be 8 or 6 or 5. They could even be 2. No, they can't be 2 1s, but oh, in fact, this has to be 1 given that 1. Sorry, let's just get what we can done. I mustn't forget to do real Sudoku here. So this is now 2, 3, 5 or 6. That is this. What about this? 40 and 90 something. So what can they be? And they have to, these have to add up. Ah, yes, this can't be 148 because they'd have to both be 9s. And I presume it can't be 147 because one of them would have to be a 9. So this is 6, 5, 3, or it's not 3 because there's a 3 down here. 6, 5 or 2. And these two cells add up to 12, 15 or 16. How do they do that? Don't know is the answer. It's not a satisfactory answer, but it is true. Okay, Sudoku. What am I missing? That's not a 6, that's not a 5. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Got 1, 9 and 2 to place in this row. Not doing anything for us. I need to think about this again. If that was, so 56 and 86 make 142. Now if that's 142, how are we keeping those to something that makes 12? They can't be 4, 8. They can't be 9, 3. 5, they can't be 6, 6, because that would be a 6 if this is 1, 4, 2. They'd have to be 5 here and 7. No, 7 can't be there. 7 can't be here either. Right, there is a 7 in one of these cells. So this can't be 7 and that can't be 7. So these can't be a 7-5 combo. They can't be 9-3. They can't be 8-4. The only way to make that 142 would be if they were both 6s, and then this would have to be a 6. Now, does that stop it being 142, or does it just stop this being a 5? It certainly stops that, so I'm going with that. These cells now have to, they have to add up. Okay, this stops it being a 2 for sure, because they can't be 1 and 1 now. So they either add up to 5 or 6, which are very small numbers. Knowledge bomb there. 1 there. 2, 3 or 4, I suppose. And these two add up to 5 or 6. Now, these two add up to 15 or 16. They can't involve a 9. So they're either 8, 7 or 8, 8, I think. Yes. And this must be an 8. This is 7 or 8, depending on whether that's... Oh, no, of course, 7's in one of those cells. So it is an 8. This is 1, 4, 6. That's from 2, 3 or 5. 6 is now not in those cells. That's a 5, 7, 9 triple. This is a 2, 3 pair. That can't be 8. This is a 5, 6, 7 triple. So that is either 2 or 3. These now have to add up to 6. So this one can be 4, 3 or 1, not 2. Gosh, that feels like hard work. Right, sorry, the 2 there is breaking up that 3, 2 combination. Now what? 6 there is forcing that to be a 9, which is not desperately helpful. That can't be a 2 anymore. Actually, it couldn't be a 2 when I wrote in 2. Now, 1, 4, 6 from 90 something or 70 something. So this has to be at least 60 something when it can't be a 6. 7, 8 or 9 there. No, hang on. I've got my maths all wrong. 146 minus 90 something or 70 something. So this is, it could be 4, of course, just like here, 98 and 48. So 4, 5 or 7. Yeah, 70 something and 70 something could do it. 6, 2. This one, it goes with 5, 7 or 9. I mean, to make 13 or 14, that's not very helpful. Could be almost anything. Right, and this one the same, goes with 5, 7 or 9. Oh, it's okay, I don't know what to do with that. Right, let's see if there's some Sudoku. Yeah, no. That has to be less than 8 for the thermo. It's not very helpful. Nothing here matters for the thermo. Oh, come on. So I've got to look at these numbers again. 146. 7, 6, 9, 8, 4. That's 2, 3 or 5 as well. Oh, so 4 in this box goes here. Bit of ordinary Sudoku. Right. So this isn't a 4 now, and that's not a 2. Good Lord, the things you suddenly reduce. Maybe there's some 6 and 6. Now, can either of these in blue be 6s? No, definitely not, because they have to form a sum that adds up to 6. Those two blues add up to 6 or 16, as do those. So 6 is definitely not in blue, so that's a 6. Doesn't look set fair to... Oh, one of these is a 3 for sure, by Sudoku again. So one of these must be a 3 to go with it to make a 6 total. Ah, and that makes this one a 1. That's incredible. 5 there. This can't be a 5, and now it also can't be a 3 because of that 3 positioned in one of those cells. That is lovely. Right, so we get the 3 over here. This is now a 5. Again, it can't be a 3. That is an incredibly helpful pencil mark 3. These are from 3, 4, and 8. Top one can't be 3. So, again, to make up the sum of 6, one of these is a 3, and the other one must be a 2 or an 8. Oh no, it can't be a 2. We've got a 2 in the column. Right, that's a 3-8 pair. This is also a 3-8 pair, and the 3 goes with the 3 on one arrow, and the 8 goes with the 8 on the other. Don't know which way around, but this is now a 4. This is 2 or 6. We've got 2 or 5 there, 2, 5, 6 here. Now, right, 90, if these are 8s, 98 and 48 would work, or 78. Oh no, we don't have 68. So if they're 8s, that's a 4. If they're 3s, that could be a 5 or 7. Okay, that's not very useful. Can I use this 3-8 pair in the row? Okay, these two have to sum to 6 or 16. And they're not a 3 pair or an 8 pair. They don't have a 4 in. There do seem to be quite a few possibilities still. Right, let's see what else I'm missing. This can't be 9 anymore, so it's 1 or 2. 7, 5, 4. 3 is in this cell. I was going to say one of those two. That's 1 or 6, so this triple is as useful as a chocolate teapot. 2, 5, 4, 6. That isn't a 5 anymore, so that's not a 6. This can't... Oh, it could be a 2. It's the units digit. That's annoying. Okay. Ah, that can't be a 9 because this can't be a 4. No, it could be a 5 if those were both small. Well, they can't be 4, 2. So if they're small, they're either, and they can't be 3, 3. So if they're small, they're 5, 1. But if they add up to 16, then they're 9, 7 this way round. That's the only way to do it. You can't have 8, 8 because of that. I just don't know. Again, which combinations work? Maybe I can reduce this. This can't be 1, 2, 3, or 6 just by ordinary Sudoku. So 4, 5, 7, 8, or 9, and it goes with 5, 7, or 9. So 98 and 48 would work, just as over here. 73 and 73, no, that would clash with 7s. 78 and 68, no, so that's not a 7. 53 and 93 would work. 58 would need 88, so that doesn't work. So it's either 53 and 93 or 98 and 48, I think. Don't think I've missed anything out there. And this one, 78 and 68, that's not happening. So 73 and 73, or 93 and 53, or 98 and 48. Yes, I've looked at that already. Sorry, it comes flooding back now. So we're not quite done. Can this be 59 and 97. No, it cannot. No, that's not a 5. 79 and 67. And it can't be that either, because that can't be a 6 because of that. So this, 75 and 71. But this can't be a 9, because it can't be 79 or 99. So that's a 5. Right, so that's not a 5. This is now a 7-9 pair, so that is a 5. So it's got to go with a 9. 140 and 2 3s is 146. These are now 8s, so that's 16. So these two need to add up to 13, and they must be 4 and 9. So we do get 2 lots of 98 plus 48, and that's a 7, 75 and 71. And there we go, all the arrows are done. That feels better. Right, that's not a 7 now. 1, 2 and 7 to place in the box 2, they're all done. This is an 8, that's a 9, that's not. This is a 1 and 7 down here. Don't know what to do with them yet, but we are getting closer now. That's 2 or 6. 8 has to be somewhere up here. Obviously, if it's there, there's a 9 here. Oh, hang on though, this can't be 9. Oh, well, it obviously can't be 9. Right, 9 is placeable in box 9. 9 is here, therefore this must be 8, because that can't be now. Wow, this is a very clever puzzle. So 9 there is done. That can't be 8. 1, 2, 6 and 7. That has to be 2 or 6. That's making a pair with that. This is the only, this has to be a 7. This is the only place for 1 in the row. 7 there. We get a 27 at the start. Still haven't fixed that triple. That can't be a 7. So this is where 7 goes in the row. Got a 1, 2 pair in the final column. So that's a naked single 6. That's where 4 goes. 5 goes there. 4, 6 fixes that as a 2. That makes that a 6. Does the 5, 6, makes this a 2. Sorts out that triple. 1 and 8 here, and I think we're finishing off now. Really do. I mean, what a clever puzzle. Absolute carnivorous monster of a puzzle. That all works. This is a 6. 2, 5 pair. We can do those by looking down the column. 9 and a 7 there. So let's, just before I hit the tick, let's check all these thermos. 27, 36, 72, 91, 27, 36, 45, 67, 27, 36, 38, 41. That's all good. 27, 49, 58, 92, 27, 49, 58, 63, 71, and then from the 71, 73 and 87, or 81 and 94. They're all fine. The 146 is made up by 61 plus 85, yes. By 53 plus 93, yes. By 98 plus 48, yes. By 75 plus 71, yes. And by 48 plus 98, again. It all works. Please work with the tick. There we go. Lovely puzzle. Thank you so much to Piotr and Garford for sending that through. Really enjoyable. Fabulous picture as well. Let's just have another look at the picture, what it really looks like. And it looks very friendly to me now I've done the puzzle. It didn't before. But thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.